Hi guys, good morning all of you. Hope all of you can hear me. Anyone guys, can you please confirm? Is the audible guys?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay, right. So guys, we started last session, I just started with some basic things, the basic concepts of Power BI. So we started with a very basic level. So just like how to open the Power BI desktop. So first of all, you guys need to download and install the Power BI desktop. Once it was downloaded, it's very easy. You can download directly from the Microsoft website. So we don't require any help or anything that does not require. You guys can install it, guys, because there is nothing complications are there. Anyone can install the software and anyone can directly they can work with them. So just download and install it, guys. Nothing matters about that. So once the Power BI desktop was downloaded and installed in your system, so immediately one which is going to be one icon which is shortcut has been got created. Just double click on that, and what we can do is, which is going to be something like what we can do is, guys, we can open the Power BI desktop here, guys. Right. So this is the one which we can see the Power BI desktop has been got open. Let me open it. Right. So we can see this is the one that has been opened. So either you have to open a new one or you have to open an existing one. That is up to you. So obviously, every day we don't create a new project, right? Every day we don't create a new project. That's why what we can do is, guys, here we have some already in the yesterday's class already created one .pbix file. So if you are new to this, just click on this blank report and just we have to import the data and save the data and save your Power BI project, guys. And the Power BI project is saved with an extension of dot, which is going to be .pbix. So the extension is going to be .pbix file. So yesterday, whatever the data we imported, so the data is still it is available there. So yesterday if we didn't save it, again we have to import the data. So even if anyone missed the yesterday's classes, guys, don't worry. So it is going to be just we have to import the data just by using just clicking here, getting the data. Yesterday I shown you how to import the data from text or a CSV file. Most of the data I imported from text and CSV files only, guys. This is Gapminder. A data set I use it called as a gapminder.csv, insurance.csv, medals by country in 2006, 2016.csv, user cars.csv, churn.csv. This is a file with a name called as churn.csv file, guys. Okay. So I think I opened a wrong file. I think so. Just a minute. I think I opened a wrong file, guys. Maybe. Just give me a second. Sorry, I opened a wrong file, guys. Instead of opening batch 1130, I opened the batch 1030, guys. So in batch 30, so we can see. So see there, here we also have the same Gapminder, user cards, wine quality, and we have a dim geography. We have something. These are imported from Excel sheets, guys. Dim geography, dim product subcategory, fact internet sales. They are imported from Excel sheet. Whereas this fruits data set, we imported from CSV files, guys. And yesterday I told you one more small point also, guys. That is nothing but how to insert the data by your own. You can insert the data also, guys. How to insert the data, guys, which is going to be where we can insert the data in a very easy way. Here we have an option called as an enter data option is there. So once if you click on this button, enter data, just like normal in Excel sheet, how you enter the data, guys. Here also we can enter the data like this. Okay. So this is the one what we have to do it, guys. So just we can insert the data here, just like normal Excel sheet. How do you do it? So please just enter the data as it is, guys. Okay. So normally we can enter the data. So sometimes it is better to enter the data by yourself. I tell you what is the reason for that. I'll tell you. I think yesterday that file was not saved. I think so. Yesterday we inserted, but there is one small problem has came. So I think I didn't save it. Initially we saved it, but after entering the data, I didn't save it in guess. So that is the reason why the data was not saved. I think yesterday we inserted one employee's data and I shown you the data. Okay, no worries. It is going to be, we'll work on this. We'll work on that application later. So this is the data that was inserted. So we populated some data, guys. So data was imported very clearly. We can see all the data has been came here, guys. Okay. So guys who has missed yesterday's class, don't worry. Just it is a normal insertion, normal importing a data only. So once again, you can understand all those particular options very easily. Okay. Once the data was created, guys. Okay. Once the data was loaded, now the data was ready. So immediately we cannot start with. That means immediately we cannot start with the which is going to be creating of reports. Immediately we can't do it, guys. Immediately we can't create the reports immediately. Then what we have to do, guys? So what we have to do, guys? So first of all, what the basic idea here is, we have to perform something called as data transformations is what we have to perform, guys. Okay, what we have to do is, which is going to be nothing but what we have to do is, we have to create, which is going to be, we have to first of all transform the data, guys. Whether you call it as transforming the data or whether you call it as cleaning the data, whatever we call it as, it is going to be the same thing, guys. Okay. So why we have to transform the data and why we have to clean up the data is, whenever we imported the data, don't think that every data, whatever we imported is ready for our reporting, guys. There may be some different issues will be there with the data. So we have to, first of all, we require some kind of a transformations or require some kind of a cleaning is basically we require, guys. Okay. So how exactly it is going to be gets done. So try to understand carefully, guys. How do you do the transformation, guys? Power BI has given one separate platform specifically for data transformation, guys. Once again, I'm telling, Power BI has given a specific, which is going to be a separate platform completely for performing the data transformations. That particular environment is nothing but what we call it as a Power Query editor. So I told you yesterday, our tables are nothing but what we call it as queries. Okay. We are editing the queries. So that's why we are going to call it as a query editor. We are going to call it as, guys. Because it is a part of your Power Platform, we call it as Power Query Editor. So what is the name of the tool, guys? The name of the tool is nothing but it's a Power Query Editor. So what is this Power Query Editor, guys? Power Query Editor is nothing but a tool which is mainly dedicated for data transformations. So whatever the queries or whatever the tables or whatever the data we imported, whenever you want to transform them, you have to use this concept called as Power Query Editor. Don't think that we have to install it separately. It is a part of your Power BI desktop. Your Power Query Editor is a part of your, it is actually a part of your Power BI desktop only, guys. No separate installation or no separate setup or no separate download is going to be gets required. How to do that? How to open the Power Query Editor? I'll tell you. Recollect once again, guys, how the Power BI desktop environment looks like, guys. A Power Query editor is going to looks like something like this, guys, right? So there is going to be on the top, there are some different types of menu options are there. Okay, and inside the menus, we have various ribbons are there, guys, right? And on the left hand side, we have a different views are there. On the right hand side, we have a different, which is going to be panes are there. These are what we call it as panes. I told you, right? It is filter pane, visualization pane, data pane. On the left hand side, we have some different types of, which is going to be views are there. Okay, something like this, the screen will looks like this, guys. But whenever we move from, this is your Power BI desktop environment, guys. When you move to the Power Query editor, sorry, there also we have the same thing will be there. There are some different types of menu options will be there, guys. There also something like we have a home is there. We have a transform is there. We have a add column is going to be there. We have something called as an add column. We have something called as a view is there. Something like this. We have some other options are going to be there, guys. So different options will be there here, guys. I'll show you. I'll show you the application. Okay, but menu options are different, guys. Transform, add column, view. Okay, those are going to be the things what we can see that. And here on the left hand side, we can see something called as an queries. All your queries can be seen here, guys. Whatever the tables we have imported, all the queries we can see on the left hand side. And on the right hand side, there is something called as an, there is going to be something called as an query settings will be there, guys. Okay, I'll tell you what is the purpose of the query settings. And the middle, what we can see is, guys, whenever I select a table, it is going to show you the table here, guys. Whatever the table data was there, all the table data and all these things we can see here, guys. We can see all that particular table data and all these things we can see here as part of your query, what we can see with the data, guys. Okay. So this is what basically we are going to call it as a Power Query, which is going to be editor, guys. This is nothing but a Power Query editor. This is your Power BI desktop. So basically, initially, there is a little bit confusion will be there, guys. Little bit confusion will be there. But over the time period, just if you work on a couple of days, then you can easily we can understand that environment. I'll show you, don't worry. So how to open this Power Query editor, guys? To open this Power Query editor, nothing is there, guys. Can you see? In the home ribbon only, this is your Power BI desktop where we can see different types of views are there. On the right hand side, I told you different types of panes we are going to be having, like we are having some filters pane, visualizations pane, and a data pane. Here we can see something called as I said that it is going to be something called as an transform data option is there. So the name itself is showing is, guys, there is some kind of a table format is there, and something like what we can see is, yep. So there is going to be something called as, which is going to be a transform data option is available there, guys. Can you see? There is going to be something called as a transform data option is going to be available there, guys. So just click on which is going to be transform data. You can see very clearly, guys. Put a pointer there, it will tell you. Use the Power Query editor. It is clearly saying that use the Power Query editor to connect. You can connect that. There also we can import the data, guys. Connect, prepare, and transform data. So using the Power Query editor, what we can do, guys, we can connect to the data, guys. Absolutely, we can connect to the data. We can transform the data, and we can, which is going to be prepare the data. So connect, prepare, and transform the data, guys. So click there, guys. Just once if you click there, immediately there is a separate window is going to open. This window is nothing but what we call it as a Power Query editor, guys. See there are two different options are available there. So don't get confused here. 1 or 2 days, as I said that, right? Initially, there will be a little bit, there is a confusion will be there in working on it. So on the bottom, whatever we can see in the beside, what we can see is nothing but the Power Query, the Power BI desktop. This is nothing but the Power Query editor, guys. So complete look and feel appearance will be different, guys. See, as I said that home ribbon, transform ribbon, add column, view is there, something like tools, help, and all these things are available. On the left hand side, we can see something called as then queries on the left hand side, guys. And on the right hand side, we can see something called as a query settings. If you want, you can close your query settings, guys. Don't worry, how to get back your query settings, I'll tell you later. So first of all, remove that particular query settings if you want. On the left hand side, we can see the queries. We cannot close it, but we can minimize it and we can expand it, collapse and expand it, guys. I can say just it is going to be minimize and we can expand it, guys. Minimize it and expand it, minimize it and expand it. Okay. So this is what we can see the query. So how many queries we have been imported? These are what we call it as queries, guys. The tables, whatever we imported, they are nothing but what we call it as queries, guys. So whatever the queries we imported, all that particular queries, we can see on the left hand side, we can see the queries, guys. And on the right hand side, there is something called as a query settings. Later, I'll tell you what is the query settings there. And here we can see something called as n queries is what we can see with the data, guys. So totally we imported 8 queries are there. Here also we have the same option, guys. Here also we have a new source is there. We have a more option is there. So yesterday, whatever the options we got, same options will come here, guys. See, this is going to be file. You can select something like a text or a CSV file, or we can see something called as an XML file, Excel sheets, whatever you want, we can work on it. And here also we have an option is there, guys. Enter data option is there. You can just click on that particular enter data option, and there also we can enter the data here, guys. Same, almost all the same way how we get the data in the Power BI desktop, same as it is in the Power Query editor also, the same way we can get the data here, guys. Not that much difference will not takes place. Same, similar, guys. Similarly, it is going to be works in the same way. It does not make that much difference. So getting the data here also is going to be the same. The first point here is, guys, the first thing what we are going to do is, there is some small preparation is there, guys. What is that particular preparation is? See, on the left hand side, we can see some tables. Obviously, there are some tables or queries are there. So today it is a matter of eight queries or 8 tables. If I ask you to select the fruits table, if I ask you to select the fact internet sales table, select the user car, select the gap minder, select the dim geography, or select the wine quality hyphen red, easily we are able to identify that. But in coming classes, day by day, the data will start increasing, guys. The data will increase, guys. So today we have only 8 tables are there, but in coming classes, you will have a lot of tables will be there. 60, 70 tables we are going to create them, guys. When you go to real time, it may be more and more tables, guys. When you go to real time, it will be still more tables, guys. Maybe you may have hundreds of tables, maybe there, guys. But the main idea here is whenever we try to work on this, that means whenever you are trying to work on these tables in future or in the real time, being there are so many tables are there, guys, there may be a little bit which is going to be some little bit confusion or little bit some kind of a complications whenever you are trying to handle multiple tables. So you may have to work on tables related to multiple departments in a company. Maybe some HR department is there, some sales department reports are there, some other which is going to be some other which is going to be departments reports is there. Or else maybe you guys are working on various clients. You are working for various clients. We are working. Some tables belongs to one client, guys. Some tables belong to one other client. Some tables belong to another client. So different clients, we have a different tables are there. But for all clients, we are working on a single project only. We are not creating multiple projects here now. Same projects we are creating, guys, and we are working with the, which is going to be, project is the same, but I'm working with multiple clients. So then what I have to do, guys, how can you handle them? That means really when you are working on multiple tables, how we can handle those particular tables, guys? Isn't it? How can you handle those particular, all the tables? So 67 tables or maybe 100, 150 tables. How can you handle them, guys? We can't handle those particular tables, guys. So that's why what practically we have to do here is, guys, just like normally, we all of you know, guys, or normally what generally all of you will do, guys, we have a lot of files are there, guys. Some files are there. So even let us take myself. I have some files will be there, guys. So what I will do, guys, all files I don't put it on my desktop directly, right? All files I don't put it on my desktop directly, guys. See, something related to class notes into one folder, all the data into one folder, all the project data is into one folder. Like that, I kept multiple folders here, guys. Isn't it? Sorry, I kept a multiple folders here, guys. So you all of you know what is the purpose of a folder. Folder is nothing but just like a container, right? It is going to be just like a container where we can maintain all our files into separate folders for obviously for easy management, right? So all the files which are related to my data science, I'll put it into one folder. All the files which are related to some other which is going to be some other course into one folder. Like that, different files, I will put it into different folders, guys. Then it is going to be easy for me to manage them, isn't it? Then obviously it is going to be a little bit easy for me to manage them, guys. So that is the reason what I will do is I will create some kind of a folders and all these things what we can see. Folders are nothing but just like a grouping. You are grouping all the files and putting into one particular folder, guys. All the files of this type will put it into one folder. All the files of this type we are going to put it into one folder. Like that, we are going to put all the files into different folders, guys. Similarly, here also the same thing what we can do, guys. Right now, I don't have a problem managing these 8 tables, but in future, I may face some problem, guys. That's why what I'm going to do is I'm going to just manage all these tables into multiple, which is going to be folders or a groups. We are going to create them. Here also we can create some kind of a groups, just like our folders. Here also we can create the groups here, guys. See that I'm creating a group here, guys. Right click and you can see something called as a new group. Right click and just click on which is going to be new group, guys. Once you click on new group, it is asking what is going to be group name. Group name is nothing but either it may be your client name or what is going to be nothing your department name. For example, I'm working on sales department. I'm working, guys. So I'll say that it is going to be something called as an sales group. See, automatically some kind of an folder kind of a thing only it is creating. Actually, they are not physical folders. They don't exist on C drive or D drive or F drive. They don't exist anywhere. There are only just a logical folders, guys, but looks like folder only. See there, looks like exactly like folders only. There are looking like, guys. Now what we have to do, guys, normally how do you move the files, guys? Whenever I want to move the file from here to here, what we'll do, guys, simple, we'll drag it and drop it here now, guys. You simply drag it and drop it here, guys. Once you drag it and drop it, it will copy there. Same here also, guys. Whenever you want to copy some files into this particular directory of which is going to be sales, we can move it directly, guys. See there, drag it and drop in. Gapminder, drag and drop it here, guys. Maybe user cards, drag and drop it. Maybe they are not related to sales data, but I'm just saying that these are the tables which belongs to sales data. Even if you want, again bring back, again you can bring back, just like a normal folders only, guys. We can simply drag it and drop in, guys. And also right click on that, we have an option called as move to group option is also there, guys. So do you want to move to the other groups? So other than this, remaining other groups are there. Otherwise, do you want to create a new group also? If you want, you can create a new group also, guys. Right click and I say new group. For example, I say that it is going to be something data related to some other, which is going to be something data, guys. So for example, I'm saying something like the data is going to be something related to some products data, guys. So products group was created, guys, dim product into the products group and product subcategory also into the products group, guys. Like that, you can observe carefully, guys. I just moved some of the tables to this particular folders here, guys. All the tables which are related to sales in one folder, all the data related to products into another table, and the remaining is going to be comes into the other queries, what we can see with the data, guys. So that is the way practically we have to work on this particular so-called as what we are going to be gets working on it, guys. Okay. So that's it. That is going to be the practical implementation of what we have to work on this. And that is going to be the way how we are going to be gets working is going to be this one, guys. Simple grouping, guys. Simple, we can create the grouping and you can directly, we can put the data directly here, guys. For example, into the sales group, in the sales folder, I want to put another file. Right click on that. Just simply we say new query, guys. Same procedure, same application. Click on which is going to be more. And again, it will ask you, I want to import the data from text or a CSV file. Directly, we can right click and we can import the data also, guys. Okay, so select any kind of a data, whatever you want. So I'm selecting some file. So it is going to be stocks underscore something data. We are putting into something called as then sales data set or sales folder. I'm going to put them, guys. See there, stocks underscore px underscore 2. Anywhere to anywhere you can move. From here, we can drag it and drop it here. Or from here to drag and drop it here, guys. Again, you drag and drop it here, guys. So import anywhere, move anywhere, guys. Does not matter with that. So just like how we handle the files in a folder, here also we can handle the queries inside a group, guys. So what you are doing, guys, we are maintaining something called as an queries inside a group here, guys. So this is going to be the main purpose of using on the queries option, what we can see. So nothing matters here. It is only just to manage your queries in a easy way. We are going to use something called as the queries, what we can use it, guys. Okay. Now, on the right hand side, there is something called as an query settings is there. Actually, earlier when you opened it, there is a query settings option is there, guys. But now that query settings option is no more available in the, it's not visible, guys. So don't worry. In the case if query settings is not visible, immediately don't worry, guys. Don't worry about that. So there you can see something called as a view menu option is there, guys. There is a checkbox called as an query settings checkbox is there. Immediately the query settings, the window will pop up. Again, one more time, just deselect it, it will disappear. Select it, it will appear. Deselect it, appear. Select or deselect, select, deselect, select, deselect, deselects. Okay. So don't worry, guys. This you cannot close it, guys. Queries window, you cannot close it. We have to only minimize it. We can only minimize it, guys. We cannot close it then. But what we have to do here is, guys, we can see this query settings, you can close it. So this one I'm going to go to, which is going to be view menu and go for query settings, guys. See, it is showing you what is going to be properties of the table, which is nothing but stock price, whatever the table you select, guys. For example, a selected Gapminder. See there, it is going to be name of that particular table is Gapminder. Observe carefully, guys. There is something called as an applied steps option is there. Let me tell you, guys, don't worry, we'll see in the coming classes, we'll see the application later, guys. So can you say something called as it is saying that applied steps. So what is the basic idea about this applied steps is nothing but, can you see, guys, in applied steps already there are 3 steps are already there. Can you see there is going to be something called as source. Below that we have something called as an promoted headers, and below that we have a change it type. We'll discuss it later, guys. But what is meaning of the name itself is saying that applied steps. So what do you mean to say something about this applied steps is nothing but, guys, whenever you perform, as you already studied, as we already learned, guys, using the Power Query editor, what we are going to do, guys, we don't create any reports here, guys. Remember, using the Power Query editor, we can't, which is going to be create any reports here now. Then what exactly we can do, guys? As I said that we can perform some transformations. What is a transformation? Transformation can be any step to a table, guys. Like it may be Something like you may remove a column from a table, or you may remove a column from the table, or you may remove some rows from the table, or it may be something like we sorted the data, or something like we changed the data type. Let us say that we replaced some values. Let us say that we converted some value from uppercase to lowercase, or from lowercase to uppercase we have been modified. So hope you understand, guys. So you can do any kind of a transformations on the table data, guys. So whenever I do a transformation on a table data, so see, today I performed some transformation, guys. Maybe some transformation I have done. So how do you remember what type of transformations we have done on this table after 1 year? Daily I works on multiple tables. Daily we are going to work with different transformations on the table. So how can you memorize them? Isn't it? How can you remember what transformations are done? Or maybe let us say that I was an employee in a company who done the transformations. After the transformations has been done, let us say that I got a best offer. So I got a good offer in other company. So I just shifted into the new company, guys. Now some employee has been appointed in my place. Now he comes and he logins and he opens the Power BI file. So how that means the how the other person comes to know that what type of transformation we are doing on the what type of transformations we have done. So if the other person does not knows what type of transformations we have been done on a table. That's why to avoid that kind of an issues, what the Power BI will do, guys. Any operation you do on your table, if it is a step, if it is making any changes, immediately that is going to be maintained as a step in this particular query settings, guys. That's why the option name is going to be applied steps. Sir, up to now I didn't apply any steps there, but sir, how can I see the 3 steps are there? Sometimes there are 3 steps, sometimes there are 4 steps also will be there. By default, guys, after which is going to be loading the data, some process is taking place, guys. Don't worry, I'll explain that particular process, like promoting of headers, guys, changing of data type. These are already done by the what we can say about the Power BI automatically. But from now onwards, if you want to make any changes to the data, if you want to make any changes to the data here, guys, we have to perform that particular, the what we can see the changes. So in the Power Query editor, we have to do the changes. But how do you remember what type of transformations we have done up to here? If you look at this particular, what we can call it as the query settings, we'll come to know about what operations are done on this particular table, guys. So don't worry, just don't worry, guys. I'm doing some small steps here now. For example, take this user cars table, I'll take in, guys. So I'm selecting the price column and color column, right click on that. I remove the columns, guys. So what is the step I'm implementing, guys? You are removing the columns from your table. Immediately, one step is going to be maintained here, guys, saying that you removed some columns there. Do you observe carefully, guys? You remove the columns. For example, let us say that this column is having something called as a transmission. The total transmission is in the uppercase. Auto transmission, manual transmission. They are completely in the uppercase. But I don't want like that. I want to convert into lowercase. How to convert into lowercase, I'll tell you later, guys. Don't worry about that. Later, I'm going to tell you how to convert this into lowercase and all these things. I'll tell you in the later classes, guys. I'll again explain all of them. I'm just telling about that what we have to do, guys. So see, I'm just converting into lowercase. But other person, how he knows that whether is really the data came from the file in a lowercase or the data came in some other case, but the user modified them into lowercase. How do you come to know that? For that only, we use this option called as query settings option, what we can see, guys. See, guys, in earlier there is going to be 3 steps are there, guys. After that, I applied a 4th step called as a remove columns. You can see very clearly, guys. This is your actual table that was imported from the that CSV file. After that, what we did, guys, we removed one of the column called as the color column, and the mileage color column was removed, guys. So color, and which is going to be, I think some other column has been got removed, guys. Then after that, what I did, guys, lowercase is the text here now. So we converted into which is going to be lowercase. That means whatever the transformations that has been done by your Power BI, so all the steps are going to be maintained here as a step, guys. Now, what is the main advantages of using, what is the main purpose of using this, guys? There are 2 reasons are there. One is we will come to know about what type of transformations we have been done. That means We can say that it is maintaining something called as a log. So how do you come to know? You need not to write anything. You need not to note down anything, guys. On so and so date, you have done so and so at the so and so time, you have done this transformation. Not required, guys. You need not to note down anywhere or you need not to write anywhere, guys. Simple. You directly ask the Power BI, tell me what are the applied steps there. Clearly, starting from the beginning to end, it will clearly tell you the steps there, guys. So source that leave it, promoted headers, leave it, promoted headers, and change it data type. This is already done by the Power BI. We don't do that. But after that, whatever the steps that are applied, completely there are our steps. What are the steps, guys? Remove columns. You remove some column from the table, guys. See there, before removing the columns, if you select the table here, guys, if you select the table, it will show you the table, guys. So select, guys, one by one step you selected. See there, after selecting the remove columns, you remove 2 columns from the table. After that, we done some lowercase of the text, guys. So lowercase of text is columns didn't increase, column didn't decreased. But if you can see the transmission column, if you can see that has been got completely converted into lowercase. So it will tell you about what are the steps we have been applied on this particular table, guys. That is one point. Second point is, for example, let us say that you have done something wrong, guys. That means you deleted some columns, but after some time you identified that you deleted some wrong columns we have been deleted, guys. Or let us say that you have identified that there is a wrong transformation has been taken place. Immediately, no need to worry. Sir, already I have done this. I removed the columns maybe a 2 months back, 3 months back, and already saved it. Even if you save it also, guys, let me save it. Let me, which is going to be save it and close it, guys. Okay, I'm saving the changes, guys. You remove 2 columns, that particular 2 columns will be removed from the table, guys. I removed the columns. Actually, there are 6 columns, but we removed 2 columns and I saved it. Close this. Close your Power BI, close your Power Query editor, guys. Then close your Power BI desktop by saving only. That means whatever the columns you have been dropped, so that has been saved into our, which is going to be Power BI. Let me open one more time, guys. You deleted some columns, you saved the file as a, which is going to be, we saved the file as a batch, which is going to be 11:30 am.pbx file. Let me open the file. So what about your data there, guys? What data we have imported, guys? We imported some data now, guys. Right. We done some transformation to the data, guys. So we done some transformation. We converted, we removed some columns and we converted some column into which is going to be lowercase, guys. See there? What is the data here, guys? User cars data set, right? In user cars data set only, we removed some columns and we have done something called as a lowercase here. See? Even you saved it and again come and came back also. Generally, we all of you know that, guys. Some files will be there. We are preparing some presentation, guys. So you prepared some PPT, you saved it and closed it, and again come back. So once if you come back, again we cannot revert back the changes or we cannot undo the changes, guys. So we identified that there is something wrong, there is a wrong slide has been attached there. You have to remove it manually. Or for example, a slide is removed. Again, we have to create the slide manually. Manually, we have to do that. But here, we don't require to worry about that, because every step we have applied. See, after maybe 1 year, after 1 year, somebody came and they said that, no, I don't want to get the transmission in the lower case. So whatever the case it was there earlier, whether it is an uppercase, or whether it is a mixed case. So what is the option here is, for every step you apply, just what you can do is, guys, on the right hand side, there is a delete button was there, guys. Just click on the delete button, guys. It will delete the step here, guys. See there? All the transmission again converted into uppercase, and whatever the columns you have removed, the columns will come back. Every step you can remove them, guys. Even the whatever the existing steps also we can remove, except the first step called as a source. Do you observe carefully, guys? Whenever if I select the column and see that on the left hand side of the column there is a cross button is coming, guys. That's a cross symbol is coming. What is that cross symbol, guys? It is nothing but you are deleting the column. Just if you click on this button, guys, it will ask you, do you want to delete it or do you delete it? But this one we can't delete it, guys, because minimum source is required. See there? If you can see very clearly, just like how we done, same thing the system also has done, guys. C:/data/usercars.csv, it was imported the data, guys. So like this, sometimes what we have to do, guys, we can apply a lot of steps, we have to apply them, guys. We have to apply. Sometimes it will be, guys. Don't think that, sir, we have not applied any steps there. So don't worry. I'll close it once. I'm closing it once, guys. Again, I'll come back. Don't worry. I'll again come back. Let me open some other, which is going to be batch file, guys. Not your batch file, because your batch is only in the basics only. So let me open some other, which is going to be another batch files, guys. Let me open the same Power BI desktop once again. And I'll do one thing. I will open something called as maybe, let me try this one, guys. PBI, that is Power BI training dot, which is going to be .pbix file. Okay, so let me show you this table here, guys. Let me show you this project here now. Go to transform data option, guys. So almost all this, that means this particular batch, the whatever the Power BI training I've given, it is already, they have completed their transformations, guys. Actually, here there are so many less number of tables. Actually, it will be 60 plus tables will be there. This is not a regular class, guys. It is actually weekend class. So it's not weekend, it is actually in a fast track batch. So being it is a fast track batch, we don't take that much, that means we'll take them, but not that much elaborated like your regular classes. So instead of showing two examples separately, both the examples we do it in one step. Okay, we'll see every example, but instead of taking two different examples for two different concepts, one example and two different concepts will be there. So here if we can see, okay, don't worry, there are some errors are there. If we can observe carefully, there are some which is going to be, actually there are too much transformations will be there, guys. Actually here whatever we see is very small number, very less number we can see, guys. See, guys, it is going to be something like source, change it type, duplicate column. Actually, these are very less, guys. Still actually another 15, 20 transformations will be there, guys. As I said that right, it is nothing but it is a fast track batch. We don't have that many examples for them. So we have to shortcut this, we have to shortcut that examples, guys. Isn't it? So it is going to be what you have to do, guys. We have to cut short that particular examples, what we have to do, guys. That is the reason you can see a less number of examples are there. Let me open your file once again, guys. Let me open our file once again. So don't think that just only one or two transformations are there. Sometimes we are going to do a lot of transformations we do. So every transformation is maintained as a step in the query settings window, guys. So advantage is, the main purpose of using the query settings window is, we'll come to know like what type of transformations that are being applied on the table. And second thing is going to be nothing but what we can say, guys. It is something like we can undo the transformations also, guys. So any instant of time, don't think that, sir, I done the remove the columns, I have saved the file. In normal, some other cases, guys, if you remove the files and save them, if you remove some data and save them and come back, we cannot undo the table. For example, take an Excel sheet, remove two columns from the Excel sheet, save them, come after 2 days, you cannot undo it back. You cannot get it back. But here there is a chance is there, guys. So I'll give you one small hint here, guys. The hint is nothing but maybe some people will be worried about. So normally in our normal just we have seen a lot of people, guys. So in a computer, then they want to make some changes. So they will be, they don't have that much. That means they don't dare to do some operations. They don't dare to do that operation, guys. Why? Because they are afraid of, or they will be worrying about that. If I done anything wrong, if something happens, what I have to do that. Isn't it? For example, let us do this example, guys. Normally, just I'm talking in a regular, I'm not talking about Power BI, guys. So just right click and go for something called as a display settings. So there is a lot of display settings will be there here, guys. For example, there is going to be some, there is going to be something called as a display orientation is there. Landscape, portrait. So landscape means nothing but we know wider, and it is going to be nothing but the portrait, which is going to be nothing but it is going to be vertical, wide screen, and which is going to be long screen. But there is going to be something called as a landscape, which is going to be flipped. So generally, just an example I'm talking about. So generally, nobody will try to do this, guys. Why? Because once you do this, what will happen here is, guys, it is going to be the screen has been flipped. So you can see, guys, the screen has been completely flipped, guys. So carefully, if you do it, guys, we can do that. So because if you move the mouse here now, what will happen, guys? If you move the mouse towards the left hand side, what will happen? The mouse is going to be moved towards the right hand side. The mouse is going to be, if I move the mouse towards the right hand side, guys, I'm moving the mouse towards the right hand side. But the mouse is moving towards the left hand side. If I move towards the right hand side, guys, left hand side, the mouse is moving towards the right hand side. Isn't it? So that's the reason. So people will get confused with that. So carefully, if you do that, again, I can just revert it back once again. Okay. So the idea here is that means what they will do is if we make a changes, maybe what will happen, because again, sometimes we don't know what happened there. Sometimes some people suddenly what they will do, guys, the font size increases suddenly. So they have done some changes, but they will have a lot of trouble. Again, we are resetting it back. But where is that option is there? We don't know where the setting has been changed. Similarly, even in Power BI also, many people will be worried about, sir, if I make any changes to the transformation, if I make any changes to the data, so again, if you want to revert back means what I have to do that. So no need to worry about that. Try to explore each and every option, guys. You dare to do every operation. So in Power BI, learning technique is very simple, guys. Whenever you see one option there, so don't, that means don't, I will also explain some important 90% will work, guys. There are some around 5 to 10% options may be there. So maybe if I didn't discuss about that option, don't just think that, sir, didn't discuss about this option. Maybe it is something difficult or we should not perform them. You try to, you try to explore them, guys. Click there and try verify. See, nothing happens to your system. Nothing happens to your computer. Nothing happens to your Power BI. Nothing happens to your data. So you don't know what is this. Generally, I don't discuss about these option, guys. What is text analytics? What is vision, and what is Azure machine learning? So I don't discuss them. I simply say that they are not required for us. Okay, I'll say that just what I'm going to say that is just click there once. Just click there. What will happen? You can understand it, guys. So I clicked on something called as an text analysis. So something it is asking, something related to AI functions. It is asking something called as a sign in. Click there. Don't worry, sir. When you click there, what is happening there? Where it is going? Where it is going, guys? It is going to something like n, which is going to be some account. It is asking about that. So click on which is going to be connect. Don't worry. You don't have the account there, guys. You don't have an account there, guys. So don't worry. So just click on the which is going to be connect, guys. Click on which is going to be connect, guys. So like that, just try to do. That means don't worry about that. If it is not possible, leave it, guys. Does not matter with that. If it is possible, at least try to click there. Why I am saying that this is not possible? What is the reason that why it is not possible? Here we have prepare data for AI. So click there. Click there. What will happen? You will see that. Okay. Select a workspace. Right now, you don't have any idea about what is this meaning of workspace. Okay, your previously selected workspace no longer works. This is likely to change in the workspace capacity or permissions. Choose a new one. So it is asking, so what is the workspace you are having? Okay, fine. It is not working. Leave it. Just click on Copilot if it is there. Again, that is also same problem is coming. So whenever I do something, so just try to click on which is going to be. So try to work on it. So what is this option is meant for? What is this particular option is used for? Even you may not be able to use it, at least try to know what is the purpose of this. Okay. So that's why what I'm saying here is whenever we are working with the data transformations, dare to perform any operation, guys. So don't think that right click, you are not aware about that. If I click here, what will happen? If I click here, what will happen? If I click here, what will happen? Unknowingly, you clicked here, guys. You don't know what is happening. Okay, you don't know what is happening there, guys. Just a minute. Just give me a second. It is saying that something, some error is coming. Let me, just give me a second. Okay. Right click and say remove other columns are there. See, wrongly you have deleted something. Sometimes you will also do no, guys. Right click something, unknowingly you clicked somewhere. So what happened? You are not aware about that. So don't worry. Sir, what happened? Suddenly it has removed all the columns except this column. Here there is one step is applied, guys. Removed other columns. So don't worry. That means except that column, remaining columns are removed, guys. Just click on this delete button. Again, we'll get back your columns back. So carefully, don't worry. If anything happens wrongly, immediately don't worry about that. Okay, sir, we done something wrong. So what happens to my data? Nothing happens to your data, guys. You can again, if you want, again, you can reload the data. Again, you can work with that. Okay. So nothing, no need to do it, guys. Every operation, every transformation you are done here, we can revert back that particular changes, guys. So dare to perform any operation, try to explore them. Don't worry about that, what will happen to my system in the case if it is not working. Okay. So work on it, explore them. If it is wrong, undo the transaction, undo that particular transformation, and again we can handle. Again, you can continue the process, guys. Okay. So that's it, guys. That is going to be how we have to work up to here, guys. So these are going to be the basic ideas about how we have to work with them. So these are all basics are completed, guys. So the main work, that means the main transformations, I'll start from the Mondays class, starting from here, guys. Managing of columns, I'll start on the Mondays class, guys. After that, we are going to discuss one by one, one by one. We'll discuss about this option, guys. Once we completed this, then we go to transform. Once we completed this, we go to add column. Once I completed this view menu, like that, one by one, we'll study them, guys. And once the transformations are completed, then I will again come back. And again, I will start with working with the data visualizations. Okay. So with this, the demos are completed, guys. All the basic demos are completed. So from Monday's class, tomorrow you don't have a class, guys. From Monday's class, there is a change in the link, guys. The link will changes, as already informed you, who want to go ahead with the course, this particular training program. So please complete our registration by the Monday's Monday. Better to complete by tomorrow, guys, because day after tomorrow it is Sunday. Our team is available, but still there will be some delay. So Monday morning it is going to be again last minute. If you do the registration, I see a lot of people, guys, last minute they will do the just 10 minutes before the class they will do the registration. They don't get the link immediately. Again, they will keep on messaging me saying that, sir, I paid the money, I didn't get the link. So better today or tomorrow, by today and tomorrow, if you complete of your registration by paying the fees of 5,000. From next class, we are making it 7,000, guys. For this batch, it is going to be 5,000. So if you want to go ahead, guys, please, you can complete off your registration by today and tomorrow, where you will get the training program at 5,000. From next week, from next batch, we are increasing by 2,000, guys.
Any
okay?
difference, sir? Next batch and this one?
Once again, can you repeat?
Any difference is there? Next batch and this
nothing
one?
is there.
Okay.
Nothing difference is there. We are just increasing the fee amounts. We are just increasing them. So even our data science courses also, we have been increased it. So nothing much difference is there. Just we are adding that, nothing difference is there. But fees we are making as part of the competitions in the market. We are increasing it to 5,000, increasing to 7,000 from the next batch.
Thanks.
Okay, fine. That's it, guys. That's it for the today's class. Just for today, we'll stop it here, and we'll continue on the Monday's class, guys. On Monday, we'll start with our which is going to be with the main transformations from the Monday's class. We are going to start with them, guys. Okay. Anyone, guys? Any more questions if you have?
No, sir.
Any? Yes. Okay.
Is
Then.
there any time change? But
time change? No. It is going to be 11:30 only. 11:30 to 12:30 only.
Yeah, then okay.
Okay. When we are bringing those students to your batch.
Okay. Sure.
Okay. Fine. Okay. Thanks for today, guys. We'll meet you on the next Monday, coming Monday, guys. And a new link will be given, guys. So please complete our registration to get the new link from the Monday onwards. So as soon as possible, you complete it, guys. We'll get the access to the videos and all these things. We'll get it. We can start working on it, guys. Okay. So thanks for today, guys. I'll see you on Monday, same time, but with a new link, guys. Thanks all of you, guys.